Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Wednesday webinar. My name is Andrew Mangeris, Chief Products Officer here at Kyani, and I will be hosting your webinar today. Next week, we will have a webinar at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. It will be with Skylar Stephenson, our Vice President of Sales here for North America. Look forward to joining him. Again, every Wednesday, we do our Wednesday webinar at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And we have that ongoing. If you'd like to watch some of the back issues of the Wednesday webinar, go to our YouTube channel and you'll be able to watch them there. Scroll down to the playlist of Wednesday webinar and you can see all the history, all the historical videos that we have recorded on these Wednesday webinars. So let's go into it today. First of all, of course, we want to give our disclaimer here that these statements haven't been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition. And the clinical studies depicted in this presentation address the impact of specific ingredients generally and not any Kyani product specifically. So first I want to talk a little bit about Sunrise. You guys know we introduced the new Sunrise at convention recently, and there were several things that we did to it. One was that we reduced the number of sugars that are in our Sunrise. We also changed the form of vitamin B12 to a methylated version of vitamin B12, as well as no preservatives. And many of you are familiar with these key points here, but there's one thing that many people are not familiar that we added, and it did not get mentioned much at convention and talked about much, and so I wanted to specifically talk about it on this webinar, and that is selenium. Selenium has been added to our Sunrise. We have 30 micrograms in an organic form, so it's very assimilated, very bioavailable to the body, that is now in every single serving of Sunrise. So you get 30 micrograms of selenium every packet that you take. Well, let's talk a little bit. What is selenium? Selenium's a trace mineral. Now, many of you know we do have trace minerals in our product already, but we don't have specifically isolated a significant amount of selenium. There's a lot of other ones that are more minor. Selenium is one of those that your body actually needs more of. It's still considered a trace mineral because it's in smaller amounts. We're talking 30 micrograms here, right? But your body needs this in more abundance than some of the other trace minerals. So we have added it into the product because of that. And it is essential for hundreds of different bodily functions. And we're going to talk about a few of those today. But let's look at first, how do we get selenium in our diets on a regular daily basis? If you're consuming some different meats, there are different meats that have selenium in it. And so you'll get it from that. You'll get it from nuts. You'll get it from legumes. You'll also get it from eggs. And so those are some of the more common sources of selenium that people get every day in their diet. Let's look at what are the benefits, though, of having selenium and making sure that we have selenium. So we can talk about it. First, it combats free radicals. It is an antioxidant. It's a water-soluble antioxidant, and that's why we've put it in Sunrise, but it is an antioxidant that's a mineral, which is not like all minerals. Not all minerals are antioxidants, but selenium is, and it helps to regenerate some of the other antioxidants in the body. So it is key in helping support your body's own production of antioxidants, particularly with glutathione, helping your body's own antioxidant defense, or the master antioxidant in the body. Number two here, supports cell health, the health of cells, their reproductive process, and as DNA replicates and duplicates, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as we go through. Promoting healthy immune system, helps support your immune system. It helps support your circulatory health, and we'll even talk about what some of the studies that have been done on circulatory health and heart disease associated with selenium. It regulates your thyroid function. Your thyroid has a high concentration of selenium in it, and it's essential for the thyroid to function. And there's some associations with your thyroid selenium levels and some of the different health issues that people have with their thyroid. It helps fertility, making sure that the reproductive system is working well. particularly in men, the prostate. It helps support the prostate very well. It supports lung function, as well as it supports cognitive health. Now, there is an approved statement by the FDA. There's been so much studies that have been done on selenium that the FDA has actually come out and said, look, there's a lot of studies, and so you can use an approved statement. And I'd like to share with you what that approved statement is. It says some scientific evidence suggests that consumption of selenium may reduce the risk of certain forms of cancer. FDA has determined that this evidence is limited and not conclusive. Okay, so right here we're saying that there is evidence, they're saying there's scientific evidence that suggests selenium may reduce certain risk of certain forms of cancer. A powerful statement by the FDA to say that. Now, that's not just some study done, that's what they have come out and to be able to say. Now, that is also something that you as a consumer or somebody who's an advocate of healthcare can say to other individuals when talking about selenium and its benefits. Now, the National Institutes of Health made a statement. They did a study overlooking a lot of the different benefits of selenium. And this is one of the things that they said. Because of its effects on DNA repair, which I was talking about, is the cell health, apoptosis, which is a cell when the cells die, and the endocrine and immune systems, as well as other mechanisms, including its antioxidant properties, which we talked about because we know it's an antioxidant, a mineral that is an antioxidant. Selenium may play a role in the prevention of cancer. So the government's branch of National Institutes of Health has come out and say it may be able to play a role in the prevention of cancer. Let's see what else they say. This is one of the statements that they have also made, and this was in that same study. You can find the reference there down below. Epidemiological studies have suggested an inverse association between selenium status and the risk of colorectal, prostate, lung, bladder, skin, esophageal, and gastric cancers. So they have found an inverse association, inverse meaning the fact of the lower you have the levels of selenium, the higher the risk of some of these cancers. And so that's why it's an inverse relationship. Let's look at one of the studies that has been done to show some of the different that the NIH is actually quoting in here. And this was it's called the Cochrane Database System Review here. And they went through and they talked about how there was a 31% reduction in cancer, 22% reduction in prostate cancer, 33% reduction in bladder cancer compared to control. So that's a huge reduction of those who had high levels of selenium. And so you can see right there that direct association with selenium and the benefits of your cell health. Let's look at some of the studies that have been done on selenium and the cardiovascular system. These are some of the ones that have been done to show some of the benefits of selenium, and that first one, selenium and coronary heart disease, and they did a meta-analysis on it, a great study to look at. Some of these others talking about causes from cardiovascular to cancer to some of the other issues and how selenium affects these. And then, of course, down there at the bottom, the health effects of antioxidant vitamins and minerals. We know, of course, that selenium is a powerful antioxidant and one of the only mineral antioxidants that we have available to us. And it's very potent to be able to use and have in our body and be able to help us regenerate some of our antioxidants. There's a study that was done with the European Journal of Endocrinology with 1,900 individuals. So quite a significant, a large study. 1,900 is big. And one of the things that they came back with, and this talks about the thyroid gland. And as we discussed earlier, there is the benefit of the thyroid in helping your thyroid. And selenium is a great benefit to that. Conclusion, low serum selenium, and of course that's your blood serum levels, concentration was associated with a larger thyroid volume and a higher prevalence of thyroid enlargement. So a direct correlation to those who don't have enough selenium are having an enlarged thyroid. And so there's that correlation. Now, many people do have issues with their thyroid, and selenium may be one of the components or maybe one of the associating factors that helps relate to that. But it's also one of the things that we want to try and avoid and prevent. And so having and maintaining those levels of selenium are important to us, which is why we've added it into Sunrise. So another ingredient in Sunrise that you're getting on a daily basis, taking that 1 ounce of juice a day, that magic, all of those 22 superfoods, as well as all the vitamins and minerals, trace minerals, of course, we talk about quite a bit. Make sure you take it every morning, mix it in with a shake, mix it in with a Fit 20, take it straight, however you best like it. Go ahead and take it and enjoy it. Want to thank you guys for joining us on this Wednesday webinar. Again, next week we will be here on Wednesday evening, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. It'll be Skylar Stephenson next week, and look forward to it. Thank you guys. My name is Andrew Mangeris. I live and love Kyani.